Wire creator David Simon rips Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey after return from suspension, die of boils, at Jack. David Simon returned from his Twitter suspension with a fury on Friday, calling out CEO Jack Dorsey for what he sees as the platform's hypocrisy and how it deals with trolls. Die of boils, at Jack. Yup. There it is. The sum total of my crime against Twitter, tweeted the creator of HBO series The Wire, Dream and the Deuce, in a lengthy thread, which you can read below. I've told you to drop dead, as I told libelers and liars to drop dead. You can say that constitutes a threat, but that would be empty and embarrassing. I hold no dominion over life and death. Simon wrote on his personal website 2 weeks ago that he was suspended from the platform for telling Twitter trolls to drop dead, or as he put it, slander is cool, brutality is acceptable. But the hyperbolic and comic hope that a just God might smite the slanderer or brutalizer with a deadly skin disorder is somehow beyond the pale. Also read, John Oliver purged from China's Twitter like Weibo after rant about President Xi Jinping. Simon's main issue was that he was not able to get a clear explanation as to why his tweets were deemed unacceptable, but a-holes who slander 14-year-old Holocaust survivors are allowed to repeat itself for months on end. I've given you 2 patient weeks, at Jack, to engage in any coherent, honorable and intellectually honest way with the substance of my appeal of a 01100111101 brain conceptualization of rhetoric that honors slander and falsehood but cannot somehow abide mere insult. Nothing, he tweeted. Simon began his expletive-filled tweet storm, still waiting for a cogent explanation of why the common rhetoric of telling assholes to drop dead is prohibited on your whole platform. But allowing said assholes to slander women who have had children kidnapped is fine by you. Also read, The Nation contributor thrown in Twitter jail after doxing Stephen Miller. This is Worth's suspension coincided with the death of Simon's close friend, Anthony Bourdain. Simon was especially angry that he was not able to share his feelings for the former TV host on Twitter, instead penning a lengthy tribute on his website. Still waiting for you to either restore those posts or provide any response to your conduct, which includes barring me from commenting on the death of friend, while some ST troll remains on Twitter unmolested, declaring, unevidenced, that the death was a political murder, Simon wrote. You can read Simon's full, profanity-laced, thread full below. Also read, Tim Cook, Mark Zuckerberg blast inhumane Trump immigration policy 1, at Jack, at Twitter support, still waiting for a cogent explanation of why the common rhetoric of telling assholes to drop dead is prohibited on your shithole platform. But allowing said assholes to slander women who have had children kidnapped is fine by you. David Simon, at Our Despair, June 23, 2018. 2, still waiting, at Jack, for an explanation of how telling assholes who slander 14-year-old Holocaust survivors they should drop dead is impermissible, but the slander is allowed to repeat itself for months on end on Twitter. David Simon, at Our Despair, June 23, 2018. 3, still waiting, you fuckmucks, for a human intellect to engage me directly and forthrightly about the fact that I was obliged to remove posts that I can in every way defend in order to even register a complaint or appeal of a suspension. David Simon, at Our Despair, June 23, 2018. 4, still waiting for you to either restore those posts or provide any response to your conduct, which includes barring me from commenting on the death of friend, while some shit troll remains on Twitter unmolested, declaring, unevidenced, that the death was a political murder. David Simon, at Our Despair, June 23, 2018. 5, I've given you 2 patient weeks, at Jack, to engage in any coherent, honorable and intellectually honest way with the substance of my appeal of a 01100111101 brain conceptualization of rhetoric that honors slander and falsehood but cannot somehow abide mere insult. Nothing. David Simon, at Our Despair, June 23, 2018. 6, the fact is, your algorithms and your ethos here is just fecal. And when the history of this awful American epic is written, the tone-deaf abdication of fundamental ethics by social media platforms will be an overlay to the disaster. You are failing us all miserably. David Simon, et al. Despair, June 23, 2018 7. And what is evident, at Jack, is that while the giants of our digital revolution are masters of the universe when it comes to the technical challenges of the information age, they are, by and large, moral midgets when it comes to the ethics and responsibilities of speech. David Simon, et al. Despair, June 23, 2018 8. And, oh yeah, no need to hide behind your horseshit cowardice that privacy concerns prevent you from discussing or defending in detail Twitter's actions with regard to this extant overreach by your algorithmic submorality. I hereby relinquish any expectation of said privacy. David